Hi everyone, Cendril here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. As I'm starting a little early, I'm just gonna take some fights here. Let's see, move camera. I got everybody equipped. We have 2,000 gil, but I need a little more, so that's why I'm starting a little early, and I'm just gonna take a couple of fights. No big deal. I may cut this out later. I may not. New enemy. Oh, he's dead. Guess I should stay near calm. Now that I think about it, you can also steal an ether from these enemies. Shouldn't have fired all. I wanted to steal from both of them. Level up! Because that is a decent way to get some cash, if you need it, is to steal ethers from them. And then sell the ether, of course. Also, the 300 gil they drop is pretty good right now. Should be out on the grassland. I don't know why I was walking around in here. Machine gun. I'm gonna let Cloud attack again. Then I'll do that. A couple of quick corrections that I was wrong on, and people reminded me, and I appreciate that. You could see Tifa's claws as well now. The mithril claw she has on, which is really cool. You get limit breaks, the second level limit break from kills, not just kills with limit breaks, just enemy kills in general. Once they've killed a certain amount of enemies, they will unlock the level 2 limit break. So that's very important, because that also reminded me how I was going to grind for this. Making it pretty simple. So there is that. So just wanted to point that out. People corrected me on the channel when I put the episodes up. I was like, oh, yeah, that is right. What was I thinking? So thank you to those people. I said I really know this game, but I will mess up from time to time. It's planned for me. I guess just nobody's here. Just made sure the stream was working, and it's working for me, but I guess just nobody's here in chat, which is super unfortunate. By getting Cloud a steel materia as well, we can get this done faster. I don't know, it feels like some enemies are just more stubborn to give items. I don't have the best luck with stealing items, I really don't. Which again, why I usually don't do it, even though stealing in Final Fantasy games, or just games where you can steal in general, is extremely helpful, because you can get really good items. I typically don't, because I don't want to do this. I don't just want to sit here for a couple of minutes trying to steal something. And Cloud's limit break will be ready. Yeah, I was saying, our next destination is down here. Because it's the only place you can go. That's how... That's how do you know to go here, Cendril, if you're playing the game for the first time? It's because it's the only place to go. Come on. There we go. This is the Chocobo Farm. Now, something really important is right here. Walk! Walk, walk, walk. Walk. Choose the first option, because it is the correct one. Just choose walk, not walk. And you get this, which is really cool. Chocobo dance. Yay. Walk. You will receive the Chocomog materia if you do that. That's missable. Don't mess that up. Make sure you just choose walk. Yes, there are Chocobo tracks. We'll get to that in a little bit. By doing that, you get the Chocomog materia. This is our first summon materia. Summon materia are red. You know summons from other games, from other Final Fantasies, things like that. Well, here's our first summon materia for Final Fantasy VII. Like I said, they're red materia. You can summon them in battle blank times per battle. Blank being whatever level the materia is. So for right now, 1. It's 1 star. So we can summon it once per battle. It is a wind element. And it summons Chocomog, which is really cool. It will do a lot of damage compared to other stuff we have right now. I don't need both sense materia now. Earth. In fact, the earth materia is probably going back off because there's something else I will need to do. Thinking of crossing the marshes? Which we need to. Marshes are to the south of here, but there's a problem. Yeah? It'll probably be safer for you to get a Chocobo. Huh? Why is that? That way you can zip through the marshes with the Chocobo. It's the only way to avoid being attacked by the Midgarzolem. Midgarzolem? It's a serpent-like creature over 30 feet tall, which will one-shot you. It detects the footsteps of anyone in the marshes. And then BAM! It attacks. To avoid that, buy a Chocobo at me and Chocobilly's Chocobo Farm. Purchase a Chocobo, please talk to my grandson. He's at the Chocobo stables at the far right end of the farm. Okay. It is as he says. By the way, there was another person heading toward the marshes. That a Chocobo. Midgarzolem probably got him. He was a man in a black cape. Now the Midgarzolem will kill your party. But there is something important we need from the Midgarzolem. Well, it's not important, but it's really, really nice to have. More on that a little later. Let me check chat. You know, I actually would love to have one of these as a pet. A Chocobo? It'd be neat. I imagine holding a Chocobo as something like holding a cross between a horse and a chicken. That's about right. That's what I think that's a great way to put it, Maze. That's probably what it would be like. Do you want a Chocobo? Give me one. You know, folks are out of luck. You know, okay, I'm about to teach you some manners. Old folks. We're all out of Chocobos. I'm taking care of the ones out there for someone else. You know, if you really want a Chocobo, you should go out and catch one. Want to know how to catch a Chocobo? Where are they? See those claw prints out there? Wild Chocobos will appear in those areas. But if you don't have Chocobo lure, they won't come out. They're very cautious by nature. Chocobo lure? Chocobo lure is a type of materia which attracts Chocobos. You equip this, they'll come to you. But without it, they won't appear. Want to know how? Alright. Not interested. I can go over everything else. I'll sell you the Chocobo lure for 2,000 gil right now, and here's why you need the 2K. If you don't have 2K, you have to go out and fight until you get 2K, and you'll need a little extra cash as well. Alright, give it to me. Won't hurt to buy some greens either, which is what you need. So here's how this works. By equipping the Chocobo lure, you will be able to find Chocobos in battle where there are tracks. After they are there, to capture the Chocobo, you have to wipe out all the monsters that are with the Chocobo. Don't hurt the Chocobo itself, but just hit the monsters that are with the Chocobo, and then you'll capture it and can ride it. You'll ride it until you get off, and then it'll run away. Now, Chocobos are skittish by nature. They will just run in battle. They'll just leave. To stop that from happening, you have to give them greens. By feeding them greens, they will not, they'll stay to eat the greens. Different greens will give you different effects. When capturing Chocobos, the best greens are Curiel greens. These are the best greens for capturing a Chocobo. They stay occupied eating for a very long period of time. Yes, these are more expensive, the Mimic greens, but they do something else really well. More on that later. For most occasions, Geisha greens, because they're expensive since we're on a budget right now, are really good. Tantal greens are also pretty good for capturing. So I'm going to buy a handful of Geisha greens. And I think that will work. Not Geisha greens. Yeah, Geisha greens are really good on a budget. They'll stay preoccupied for a few turns, but not as long as Tantal or the Curiel greens. But they're mainly what you can use just because they're cheap. Hi, Eagle Claw. I don't run away if I'm offered collard greens. What happened to the old times of FF4 where you just went into a Chocobo forest and took one? So complicated, right? Alright, so first things first. We need somebody to have the Chocobo lure materia. There we go. Okay. Hi, Cendril. How you doing, buddy? Not great, sadly, but trying to make it. So we'll smile and keep going. So we definitely want a Chocobo, but before we do that, I'm going to game over on purpose. So I'm going to save real quick because I'm going to show you just how tough the Midgar Zolom is. And why you need the Chocobo. Save here. Alright. Went the wrong way, didn't I? Yes. Of course I did. Wouldn't be an LP for me if we didn't. Shower, no! Okay, well, it's good that I'm resetting. Shower's bad. It causes sadness, which makes your limit break gauge go up slower. See how the limit break gauge, easy for me to say, for Tifa is blue now, like a bluish purple? That's the sadness status effect. It's not good. It's a bad status effect. Peck, on the other hand, causes fury, which I am much more happy with. Bird kick. Okay, not really. But again, more on that a little later. Because I might do a little bit of grinding here in a little bit, and I'll say stuff there. Could grind up to level 50 and fight the Midgar Golem then. I am not V. That's V's V's work, not mine. All right, here's the marsh. If you tried to cross the marsh to get to the other side, there's the Midgar Golem. Oh no! You can see it is much faster than you and will attack you. It will just go straight for you. It can't be that bad. Nom, Cloud's almost dead. Cure. Air takes half because she's in the back row. Cure. Hold on to that for a second. Let's summon Chocomog so I can show that off right now as well. Death Blow! Which is the name of the move it's doing. Yay! And grab Mog. It's an adorable summon. Fire. The graphics look a whole lot better than I remember. It's because I think they were upgraded for the Steam version. All right, here's Death. And somersault. Oh, well, there went Tifa. Bye. And now the healing wind is wasted. Sad. By the way, I don't think the Midgar Golem has anything to steal. Yeah, nothing to steal. Come on. Let's go. Do your other move so I can show it off. And then get to actually doing stuff. Oh, bye! So that can happen. The Midgar Golem can just take a person out of the fight. The person it takes out of the fight is the person who has done the most damage just overall. This is very important, by the way, for later. Now, because Aerith's in the back row, she's taking half, which is going to help me stall until I get the Midgar Golem to do what I want it to do. Maybe. Because I think it may cast at a certain HP level. Yeah, bye! And that's game. That's not game over because it just knocks you out. Knocks you out of the swamp. Tifa still acts like she's dead because she didn't get knocked out of the battle. But the two that got knocked out of the battle are, as you can see, alive. Ugh, annoying. He didn't do it. Restart. Reload. I'll just explain it. So, what happens is the Midgar Golem will use a move called Beta. It is an extremely powerful move. It does fire damage and will just blast the party. This is important. Sorry. I'm splitting my thought here. Move. Beta is a learnable enemy skill. If you get it right now, it is extremely overpowered. I'm talking very, very overpowered. The problem is you'd have to survive the battle, and you'd have to kill the Midgar Zolom. If the person is just ejected from the battle, just like knocked out by the tail, you don't get it. You have to, that person can't leave the battle that way, and you have to kill the Midgar Zolom. There's a problem. You have to survive beta. It will easily one-shot the party. The party will die. It does upwards of 1,000 plus damage. You can't soak that. And being magic, being in the back row, doesn't matter. So, you're asking, what do you do, Cendril? There's a couple of ways to do this. You will have to grind and get some additional skills for this. You can either A, grind up Aerith's limit break, which is just have her kill stuff. And we could be sitting here grinding that for a while. The other thing you'll have to grind as well, but it's combining the elemental materia with fire. Because remember, I said that it is a fire attack. It's an extremely powerful fire attack, but it's still fire. By equipping it with the elemental, you can half the damage. Give that to Aerith. After it's cast on her, she'll be able to cast it back, and should be able to take the Midgar Zolom down in 1 to 2 hits. Half might not be enough, though. She doesn't have enough HP still. So you'd have to grind up some levels and get her get her enough HP to be able to soak the hit. I'm not going to get beta right now. I'll get it a little later after the party has some EXP. By stepping on the tracks and having the Choco materia, you can get into a battle with the Chocobo. Like here, Chocobo, the first thing you want to do really quick is use a Geishel Green, which is already running. Alright, well, y'all can go away. Use Chocomog! I should have rearranged the items. Pro tip here, I'll show you how to rearrange the items so that doesn't happen. Chocomog! Death Blow Charge! And grab Mog. There they go. Now it is expensive. As you can see, it is 14 MP, I believe, for Chocomog. So, you know, a bit more expensive than your standard spells, but it's very powerful for right now. Something I want to do is arrange. Customize it yourself. Put the Geishel Greens first, that way you can get to them easily. And not have what happened to me just now. Mongo P! Yep. It was a smart Chocobo. Chocobos are smart. They're also very flighty, so they just want to run. Alright, let's try that again. This enemy. Why? That way you can get to the Geishel Greens, target the Chocobo. Now we have some time. We also have this blasted move. Remember, you can't use all spells now because you don't want to hit the Chocobo, which I may have just done because Aerith may automatically hit it by going to the next enemy. Geishel Greens! Wah! Nom nom nom. Yep. And then it runs. And now Tifa has the sadness status effect, as you can see there. Which makes me sad. Sometimes, even with the Chocobo lure, a Chocobo will not show up, and then you just have to fight normally anyway. Flaming Peck! There it is. Yeah, is it Bird Kick? One of these causes Fury, and you need to do that. Well, you would run too if you had an entire party trying to climb on your back. That's a good point, Evil Claw. There we go. Yeah, it's Flaming Peck. Now it canceled out Sadness. So now just regular again. Sadness and Fury don't supersede each other, which means they don't replace each other. They will cancel each other out, and then you'll be normal. That's something to say. That is annoying. It's because your streamer fails. That's why. As long as you're cautious, it's really. It is annoying, but it's not as annoying as I'm showing it off to be. It's just I suck. So. One last time. Have Geisho Greens. Attack enemy. Fire. Attack that enemy. Slow dance. Miss. See if the enemy is dead. Now attack that one. And if the Chocobo is the only thing left, and it's eating, you get a Chocobo, like that. Hooray! We now have a Chocobo. How to ride a Chocobo. Press cancel button to get off. Chocobos will escape whenever a player dismounts. It's very important. The Midgar Zolom will try to chase you, but you have Chocobo, so... Now remember that Midgar Zolom that just destroyed us? Well, I tried to show that it destroyed us. Did Sephiroth do this? By the way, the Midgar Zolom continuously respawns. Amazing. Our enemy is someone that could do this? Yep. Just gotta make him super overpowered. Alright, and then leave. That's all there is there. Walk. Did I buy some tents? Nope. Only have 2. That's a shame. Save. Save here. Alright, move on. Welcome to the Mithril Mine. What is this place? There's an ether here. A tent. There's a free tent. That's good. Alright, there are a couple of things we can do in this mine here. Scissor Spark. Let's start with this enemy up here. Flamethrower. That is a learnable move. It is a powerful fire attack, but of course nowhere near as powerful as Beta if you ended up grinding and getting it. Cold Breath. Which is just an ice attack. This is the Arc Dragon. Like I said, you can learn that flamethrower move that it just did. Of course, it would have to hit Aerith like that. And now we know. Now we can use Healing Wind. Bye, Arc Dragon. goes it. As you see, Flamethrower does quite a bit of damage. It did like 120 to Aerith. A couple of those, and that's it. So be careful there. Scissor Spark. There was another enemy skill, by the way, that we could have learned back on the grasslands. It is level 4 Suicide. The way level 4 Suicide is, you blow yourself up and you do a ton of damage to anybody that is a multiple of 4. Castanets. They are weak to fire. I'm gonna try to sense different enemies so you can see stats. So the first time through a fight will be a bit slow. And this enemy is a crawler. 140 HP, it's weak against Earth. There it goes. So now we know Flamethrower. It is a single target, good damaging fire attack.